So, hello everyone, welcome to another episode. This is Sunil, and today in this video, I'm going to cover 6 habits that made me 6 figures. I will go through why they're important, how the change of mindset is going to make a big impact from where you are to getting into your 6 figures. So, do me a favor, if you're watching this video, could you please like and subscribe? It will help me tremendously, and also it will help the YouTube algorithm. All right. Thank you very much for subscribing. So the 6 habits I'm going to go through is the first and the most foremost. If you skip every other habit, probably this is the most important thing, is closing your financial gap. So what it means is the schooling system. So I grew up in India. People all over, it's institutionalized. They teach you to save you money. They tell you to save in an ISA or a 401k. It just doesn't even beat inflation. So you're paying a middleman for managing your assets who doesn't even beat inflation. So trying to understand there are better options with your money, and remembering the money, all you're trying to do is keeping the money in and then also making the money grow. So like Warren Buffett says, the number one rule is not to lose money, and number two rule is remember the rule number one. So making sure that you're not losing the money is the number one thing, and then trying to understand how to manage finance is not taught in school. So I first started investing when I was 27. I grew up in a very poor family, and I was in US when I was doing my master's. I bought this $3 or $4 Warren Buffett's book, his biography, Snow Effect. So that $4 has paid me more. That's the single most best thing I've done is after reading that. 2007 is the first time I bought some shares. I think I bought Google shares back then. This was before the split. It was about 120 or 130. I need to check back. But understanding that there is better ways to do it, and then also you don't need to be a genius to try to do that, was an aha moment for me. So stop limiting yourself or telling yourself that this is the way it is, and working throughout our life to just to be comfortable and retire with very little money is not the way. There is a better way to do it. So number one is close the financial gap, understand what it is, learn how to invest, or somebody else will invest. You'll be working for somebody who's investing, and then you're not going to make the money. So I think that's the number one is the financial gap. Number two is, especially again, almost till 30 years, I was very conscious about what others thought about me. My accent, my language. You're always, especially working in a white world as a brown guy, you're always thinking about it. It took me a while to grow up to understand that nobody cares. The very example is, if you ask yourself, how much time do you even think about somebody else, what they're doing and other things? In my case, it's almost zero. Few people who I care about, other things, I think about them, but it's not always I'm thinking about what they're doing or how they're going to fail. It's just, that's the way it is. In psychology, that's called a spotlight effect. So what we're thinking about is like we're always thinking about there's a spotlight on top of my head and everybody's always saying, which is completely not true. So it took me a while to, this YouTube videos, I've been just doing it for a year and a half. I've been dabbing around different businesses for a while, and YouTube is just a mind switch. Now I know the fear of not trying scares me more than trying out something right now. So I tried a YouTube channel for almost a couple of years. It's not going as the way it's supposed to. So I've pivoted, I'm changing, and I'm trying to do things which I already do is investment, self-productivity, and business. This is things I'm always doing. So I'm putting in some videos and then see how it goes. So number two is nobody cares what you're doing. Just crack on and then do things. Number three is don't take no for an answer. If somebody says no, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So you got to ask the better questions first of all, but also asking just somebody said no shouldn't be the final thing. So you got to figure out how to do what you want to do, and then by having a clear goal what you want to do, so you need to plan out. I think the positive mindset is a very big option. So if I just stuck with a pay, probably I would be still, maybe for a senior engineer in UK is not as much as in US and other things. So I started about 45,000 when I moved into UK, and I would have been marginally better. But getting into the property, first thing I bought was a property in 2010, then bought a rental property and other things. Those are bigger, better investments than if I had just stuck with normal 9 to 5. Don't get me wrong, 9 to 5 seems it's a comfortable life, but it's not something you want to achieve goals sooner. So if you are if you could do more, then probably that's the best way to do it, is to do, plan, and think. Get out of the mindset that don't ask for a question and somebody says no, then stop. You got to try out different things. Fear of missing out. So we always have this FOMO, FOMO. This is the acronym for fear of missing out. Everybody you see, they're having a better life on Instagram. Is it really that good? I would rather say have a meaningful, simple life. I would rather struggle a little bit right now, knowing that I'm going to have a much better future in the next 5 years to 10 years. So all the sacrifices I've made in my early 30s and my late 30s, I know in my 50s and my 60s, I'm going to be much, much better than most of the people. Most of the people are trying to look up what's good and how people feel about them than trying to work toward themselves and have a much better option moving forward. So there's a concept called system versus goal by Scott Adams before he got cancelled or he said some anti-Semitic things. Try to work on things which might look, it's not working right now, but it's adding more things for a longer time. So system versus goal, if you Google Scott Adams, I think that's one of the good examples where you're trying to think in a different mindset. Then you're building yourself for a win in compound interest, so 3 or 4 months, 3 to 4 years, 6 years, 10 years. So that's the mindset you want to be looking at. Number 5 is you need to spend money to get some money. So especially as an Indian, I'm always thinking about saving money. I'm always, every time I eat a pizza, I'm thinking about the economics of the pizza. I'm drinking a cup of Starbucks or a Costa, I'm always thinking about how the cost is. You could be living in means. But when it comes to asymmetric risk rewards, this is something where you're putting in, for me to buy a camera which is 500 pounds right now, has a very asymmetric rewards. So if the YouTube clicks and if I make tons of money, it's disproportional to the 500 pounds I put in on a Sony camera. So that's the money in, money out. So you want to put money on things which you know it might have a very big rewards. I can survive losing 500 pounds, but the reward, I'll regret missing out on the rewards for the whole huge potential. So asymmetric risk reward. So you want to put money into, it could be a course, it could be an equipment, it could be getting somebody help you, a mentor, whatever it needs for you to get from 0 to 100,000 is what you need to be doing it. So it's very important to spend some money to get some money, and having a mindset of saving is very important, but also remember you need to invest money into the right things to make more money. So like Naval Ravikant in his book, he talks about you need to set yourself an hourly rate, and if something can be done cheaper than your hourly rate, should be outsourced or ask somebody else to do it. I think that's a good important. I try to delegate some things to virtual assistant, getting my videos edited and everything else, where I value my time. I rather spend with my family and friends and try to get most of it while outsourcing things which I don't have to do it. So me in front of the camera, that's me, but the other things I can outsource. And the last thing is overthinking. So we stop a lot of taking action just by overthinking. So you need to be, first of all, positive, but also overanalyzing things to death is always seems risky. So my opinion is to jump in, take some small actions, and you adjust, you pivot, and then you adjust, and then you control where you're going and how you're going. I don't know what and how this channel or other things what I'm trying to do will go, but I'm generally optimistic that it's going to lead to good things, good opportunities, and it's like looking for luck. So the more you're looking for luck, chances are you might get luck. So not overthinking, taking actions, and spending every day on things you believe in, being realistic and then planning according is a very important thing. Don't get into a place where you're overthinking and that hinders you from taking an action. And I think there's always 100 bad examples and then there is 2 or 3 good examples. So understand what's realistic and then but you need to take actions to achieve what you're going. I hope this video was useful and encourage somebody to get to these habits to get to your first 6 figures. If you are interested, there are more videos. Till next time, bye and thank you.